Okay, everyone, and welcome back to Katawa Shoujo.
Hello everyone, I'm Sweetie Pooper.
Alright. That really came out of nowhere. Shizune's frankness is disorienting, because with her, any kind of candor is a sign of total seriousness. There's no playful smile on her face. Instead, it's her usual stoic mask of concentration, ready to try and see if I'm about to tell her the truth. I'm upset that she thinks that I would tell her anything else, but I also know now that they've probably fought recently, out of my sight, and it makes me feel warm to know that they both care about each other so much. No, I strongly doubt it. Did you know that she thinks you're angry at her? Shizune nods slowly and uncomfortably. Yes. She was more roundabout with the question than you. Kind of surprising, because I thought that you were the one who liked playing games. Not all the time. Are you two having some kind of fight? No. She's very quick to deny it, and not happy with the thought. I feel like I've stepped on a landmine. Sorry. Actually, yes. Just a tiny one. I know that she has no interest in the student council. She only joined because of me. I'm still grateful. I'm so happy she's my friend, but I don't understand what she's upset about this time. Why don't you ask her? She won't tell me. I'll figure it out by myself instead. I was sure that I was very perceptive, even if I can't hear. It was dumb. I know better now. It is probably something that's my fault. Shizune doesn't elaborate further on what it could have been. I'm sure that it's because she does not fully understand the situation herself. It's odd to think that Shizune, usually so sure of everything, could be scared by a little argument with a friend. But the more I think about it, the more it makes sense. They're a lot closer to each other than normal friends, and Shizune is pretty isolated from other people in a way. The fact that she's deaf is no small part of it. But I get the feeling that she uses Misha as a buffer between other people of her own will, not just because it's been forced onto her. She can communicate well enough with her little pad, she just hates it. After such a long time of talking through another person, I guess you start to lose touch. It seems unavoidable. It isn't such a far-out idea to think that she isn't that great with people. I return to working, kind of wanting to eat that cinnamon bun more as time drags on, but when I count the shoki pieces still left out on Shizune's table, I can tell, at a glance, she would win. I'm also too hungry to concentrate if we were to have a rematch. Motivated by a desire to wrap up and eat something, put the finishing touches on the last of the posters. You bet you. Oh, you're the sweetest, Kaiju Senpai. Yes. Like I said, I couldn't quite figure out what to do. So this is a face so few of you get to see. And don't get used to it. It's not going to be a habit, I promise. Maybe. Done. I think this many is enough. Too many can be a bad thing. Okay. That's it. Just okay. I'll probably do some myself after I'm done picking what voting format to go with. Too many posters is bad too. Haven't you ever heard of oversaturation? I really think you're trying too hard. Epic. Happy birthday, Kaiju. Tinting her fingers, Shizune looks like she could almost admit it. Maybe. It's what Misha thinks too. I watch as her fingers continue uneasily twining around and pulling at each other in a miniature tug-of-war. I don't mind, but I asked around in a couple classes today and interest is low. It's like you said, so... Oh no! I so relate to that. I actually had to pay my internet bill yesterday. That's rough, Zach. Does that make it wrong? No, but it does make it kind of pointless. It's not. Yeah, but to who? I doubt even Shizune truly believes that. Hiya, sweetie! I'm not doing all this work just for my own ego. That isn't what I mean. First chance to be alone with her in days, and I have already cocked it up. Well, hi there. After millennia. It has not been millennia. It's been a few months. Hey, Ace. Still, she doesn't actually look angry. It's more like she's frustrated that she can't express herself clearly enough. Since she's an expert in sign language, I wouldn't think that would be the case. I wonder what advantage being able to speak would offer her, and if she's ever thought about it. It's another project of mine, just like the festivals. I'm going to do it because it's my job. It's just that a student council election isn't as fun as a festival, so no one cares. She briefly touches her fingertips together as if to say, but maybe. There's some truth to it, but Shizune doesn't want to say anything that could be boiled down into something so glib. But I don't care. I want to get people riled up, but it isn't about me. I don't want to be involved at all. What do you mean? You go to, like, every single festival. Shizune waves her hand in mock indignation. Well, I have to have fun too. But, you know, it's not the same thing. Her spirits seem to have improved, if she can manage to crack a joke. Is that a fact, sweetie? You want to join me for the second half? I'll bring you in. We'll wait till break time. How's that sound? So, as a bonus birthday gift for Kaiju-senpai, we'll bring Sweetie in. Epic. Alright, at the break, I'll grab you. That may be my boyfriend. He couldn't join us today, unfortunately. Alright, not quite. Aww! Hi, sweetie. I don't want anyone to make a point of me being involved. It's a hassle. I don't want that responsibility. Things are becoming too complicated now as is. The more I try to hype up the elections, the more involved I have to be. No one wants to play their hand yet, and it doesn't feel like my time's over, even though it should. Crossing her arms and leaning back, she grinds her teeth together in frustration. They're all so lazy. It's impossible to get them to do anything. Anywhere else, the elections would be an exciting event. It's illogical. Why does everyone have to be so different? If only there was some way to punish them. Not particularly, sweetie. He is gonna be house-sitting with a friend for the next few weeks, and he got there tonight and realized he can't plug his PC in without, several extension cables. So, it was a little disappointing for both of us, to say the least. Like, chaining the school to their desks. Voting is mandatory. If you don't vote, you get whipped. Well then, Shizu, okay. Terrifying. I wonder how hypocritical it would be if I were to stay in bed on election day with the flu, and a cold, and strep throat, and a sprained ankle. You should put yourself on one of these. Not as punishment, don't misunderstand. Hey! 3. Ooh, tier 3. Well, thank you. I think we're the ones supposed to be giving you presents today, Kaiju-senpai, but... Well, thanks anyway. Not as a punishment. Don't misunderstand. You and Ryan, I swear, you guys are gonna be competing for the... Yeah, sweetie, take a look at the top of chat for the bit ranking. He hit me with that yesterday. Not as a punishment, don't misunderstand. I'll hold up one of Misha's posters. Like this. It's kind of a neat idea. Misha was onto something. It's a lot cuter than just text. I'd think you would like it. Having cute mascots would drum up some excitement. Maybe, if it's just Misha. Why not me? Someone told me that the school has slightly more girls than boys. You have to cater to that demographic too. Hey, Bun Bun. Shizune giggles audibly this time. I'm surprised when she sees my face. So is she. Her face flushes pink, embarrassed to have let out a sound. Which is really confusing to say the least. Why don't you put yourself on it? She just waves my question away. It's troublesome. Evidently. What do you mean troublesome? Everyone knows that you're in the student council. Stomach growls, making me realize that I'm hungrier than I thought. Shizune uses the moment to deflect my question back. And deflect my question by changing the subject. Is something wrong? No, my stomach growled. I see. She looks at the forgotten pastry on her desk, then frowns, finding it inadequate for 2 people. Let's go to the Shanghai. If you're that hungry, it might be a little busy this late, but Yuko is working there today. We will definitely get a table. There's something worryingly underhanded in that smile. I'll pass. Already been there twice this week, back to back. Shizune pouts, leaning back against her desk and scrunching up her posture in protest. What? I'm disappointed you said no. See, yes, exactly. Well, I can't agree with you on everything. You don't give your opinion often enough anyway. It would be easiest for me if it was like that, but not very interesting, right? There are some decisions you should disagree with me on, then you have a duty to. Oh, okay, Bun Bun. We'll see you next time. How am I supposed to know which is which? Oh my goodness. It's easy. No, it's not. Sometimes it's hard for me to tell whether you're joking or serious. Although, since she communicates entirely in sign language, that would seem pretty obvious. I wouldn't say that that's all there is to it, though. I remember when I had my heart attack, Iwanako wouldn't stop talking at first. Eventually... Oh, why the yawning? Eventually, I wished that she would just shut up. Or I would have, if I hadn't been happy to have any kind of company at all. Gradually, I stopped being so grateful. When we talked, I felt like it was... Oh, wow! When we talked, felt like it was nothing more than ritualized exchanges of politeness. Iwanako tried extremely hard to obfuscate how she felt, which was that I was hopeless. In the end, her outer behavior matched her inner feelings. For that reason, Okay, I might be tired. For that reason, I was able to accept it when one day she stopped showing up. Hey, Freddy! I was no longer surprised by the time it happened. Even though she considered herself a master at hiding her feelings, I was not surprised. Yes, as a special gift for Kaiju Senpai on today, his birthday. Hi, Nick! I decided to offer the rare treat of a face reveal. Don't get used to it. It's not gonna happen unless I'm begged. And apparently tired, God. Random. Okay. Maybe it's the camera. Maybe I'm allergic to the camera. What do y'all think? Relatable. Hashtag me. I've heard that games like shogi and chess can tell you a lot about a person. I wish I knew what Shizune thought they said about me. You missed this, Nick. Not much, really. We're just chilling in the student council room talking to Shizu. Okay, I might need coffee. Oh, holy moly. I've heard that games like shogi and chess can tell you a lot about a person. Wish I knew what Shizune thought they said about me. It could be that I'm a little more like Iwanaku than I like to think. If I could only tie with Shizune by retreating, I suggest that we should order out. And there goes the lighting. Next time I decide to do this, I'll have much better lighting. I wasn't terribly adequately prepared. Okay. Next day, I walk up to my usual vending machine at lunch, only to find that it's out of my favorite drink. Secreted so far away from most of the classrooms between a storeroom and the library, it's like no one knew about it. I'd expected a vending machine so close to the library to be booming with customers, but then again, what is wrong with me today? The library is empty most of the time, and anyone who goes there is only doing it to look for stuff to pad a paper with. No one stays there longer than they absolutely have to. For the past month, it's been working out in my favor, but the trade-off with a vending machine no one knows about is that it's never restocked. Settling for a can of orange soda, I decide on drinking it here instead of waiting until I get to the cafeteria, when the library door opens next to me.
Oh, I've been looking for you.
Yuko seems to be acting a lot more assertive than usual today, although it isn't enough to keep her from going back to mumbling immediately afterwards. I did. I was very confused.
Return your books, please. I mean, the library's books. The books you checked out are really overdue. Some of them are on waiting lists.
Oops. I forgot. I keep checking out new ones and forget to return the old ones.
That happens to me all the time at the university library. It's so embarrassing.
Do they send someone to try and get you to bring them back?
No. The university library is bigger. They don't notice if I happen to borrow something longer than normal. It's convenient because their policy on keeping the books too long is rather strict. Stricter than here.
I like how, despite what she said, Yuko has no problem with borrowing books for longer than she's supposed to anyway. It makes her being so on top of my own lateness a little hypocritical. Takes a thief, I guess. Catching on to the meaning of her words around the same time I do, Yuko clams up and starts backpedaling furiously.
Oh, that's different from this situation. It's totally different.
Yuko stares at her nails for a second as if she really wants to bite them, but is too self-conscious to do so.
For instance, how long it's been. You checked out some of these books months ago, is how. Sorry, it's just that other people want to read them too. If you're a slow reader, that's okay, though.
Nope, it's a total screw-up on my part. To be honest, I haven't even read some of them. I shouldn't. Kaiju-senpai, thank you. And yes, which we will be doing after the break. So y'all get to experience what Kaiju claims is the strongest force of voice acting in the community. Thank you very much for that, Kaiju. I appreciate it. No, it's a total screw-up on my part. To be honest, I haven't even read some of them. I shouldn't keep taking out books when I have a backlog.
That's not good.
Yeah, it really isn't. Now I'm starting to copy her habit of trailing off quietly. Her awkwardness is very contagious for some reason. That said, I'm surprised. Yuko seems almost normal today, although every now and then, her waitressy nervous tics keep popping back up. Come to think of it, she didn't act this way when I first met her. She was a little clumsy and neurotic, but it wasn't anywhere near this severe until Shizune, Misha, and I ran into her at the Shanghai. It could be that Yuko has a complex about having kids from the school seeing her waitressing. She does. I guess it was a little odd for her to pick the closest cafe to the school to work in. Then, in that case, maybe the place having so few customers could be considered a lucky break. Absolutely, Kaiju-senpai, for sure. Well, I get it. I'll return them right after school.
As soon as possible, please. Wait. Can I ask you for one more thing?
Sure. What is it?
I have to go for a while, but I can't just leave the library empty. Sorry, but can I ask you to watch it while I'm gone? Just for a little bit. I'll be right back as soon as possible. You're in the student council, so I'm sure if you did it, it would be okay.
Alright, I'll do it. Don't worry about it.
Thank you!
Yuko quickly slides forward as if she's so grateful she's about to give me a hug. But she stops 2 centimeters into it, which ultimately makes the gesture look extremely confusing. I'm also surprised that she can control her momentum so well, since she seems kind of clumsy. Before I can say as much as "you're welcome," she's already dashing off with the urgency of someone late to an appointment. It could be the case, but I wouldn't feel safe assuming so. It's Yuko, and she seems the kind of person to treat everything that way. Now that I'm in the library, I feel a bit silly. Don't really know what I'm supposed to do. Should I sit down like I normally would and read? It probably would do, but wouldn't meet Yuko's high standards. Maybe I should sit at the librarian's desk, give anyone who comes in a stern and analytical glare. I use Shizune's as a starting point and practice it a couple of times in the mirrored surface of a pen. I think it looks pretty good. Frustratingly, no one comes in, so I give up on the idea quickly and decide to go looking for Hadako instead. It's deserted. I think I see someone, but the second I blink, whoever it is gone. As soon as I return to Yuko's desk and crack open an interesting-looking book, a familiar person swings in front of me like a falling pendulum. Oh boy. Yo, librarian! I've been looking for you for like 10 minutes! What? It's you! Man, you must really get around! Or the student council makes you get around! Those bitches! How could they? Slave drivers!
I'm so sorry.
the jokes have definitely been coming.
My heart. Oh.
He must be exaggerating. Because... You okay? F in chat for the sweetie, guys. I think we killed her.
Oh my gosh. Oh, I wasn't prepared. Oh.
You're gonna make it.
Okay, continue.
Okay. He must be exaggerating, because it took me 30 seconds just to do a slow walk around the whole place. Thought is overridden by my surprise to see him. Where'd you come from? What are you doing here? What? Can't I go to the library now? I can't even go to the library without some young buck like you giving me the third degree over it. I see some girl coming in here all the time, but no one ever asks her what she's doing here. Is it because she reads and I don't? He must be talking about Hanako, although I suppose they both avoid people. Want to tell him that reading is what you usually do in a library, so if he's not reading, whatever he's doing is bound to make him look way more suspicious than her. In the end, though, I'm not surprised, or I'm too surprised by him practically appearing out of thin air. That doesn't tell me what you're doing here. I'm here because of you. Then what the... His response makes me feel confused. Maybe I fell asleep and this is all just some weird dream and this Kenji isn't real. But really, my subconscious. Is he gonna start giving me deep but vaguely worded advice now? Because of you, I got chased out of my door by feminists. No, I wandered to this library like a soldier without a country or a ghost. I should haunt you for ruining things for me. It's a shame. It would have been an interesting dream, but it seems like this is the real deal. Gardy. Also, yes, thank you, Nick. Yeah, and you had to start working with women, and that brought them to my door. You remember that? You should, since you were there. After that day, I knew they were onto me. I should have trusted my instincts, but I was young and stupid. That wasn't even a week ago. But then, my dad called and said one of my letters hadn't even been delivered. The post office couldn't have lost it, so it must have been intercepted. Information warfare. That's when I knew that my secret hideout was compromised. Now I'm on the run, like a fugitive. It's code red. Dorm rooms aren't secret. They put your name and number on a board right in the doorway. I know! I saw that! They're diabolical! Why not just put up a big Wild West Wanted poster if they're gonna be like that? Wanted dead or alive! Probably alive so they can clone me and turn me into a grasshopper. Jumping without warning into the empty chair opposite me, Kenji takes out a cigarette and starts spinning it between his fingers. Never seen him smoking before, so it must be for effect. I can't even live where I want to anymore. This is where it all begins. The tactical brilliance. I mean, once they're in your home, it's over. Like termites. If the feminist plan for dominance starts there, where the fuck can we go? The only question is how they could take a page out of the termite playbook when women are naturally repelled by wood. What?
What?
You can never go home again. Is that how the saying goes? Man, I don't know about never. I was just there. I don't know anywhere else I can shower and get new clothes and eat and use the bathroom and watch TV. I have to keep watching the news to keep informed. For someone ousted from his dorm room and living on the run, he sure has no qualms about going back there several times a day for long periods of time. But by now, he's slowly turned away from me and is talking to a revolving display of murder mysteries. There's really no point in interrupting him, I guess.
He's so cute! I love him so much.
Oh, fuck.
Well, where does he get this information?
I don't know. I finish off my soda and throw the can into the basket near the door. It hits the rim but goes in anyway. I silently pump my fist.
Bro, that's like real bro moments.
Totally is, but this guy's blind as a bat, so he probably missed it. Kenji quickly gets up and starts to head towards the door. I wasn't really paying attention. I hope I didn't fist pump at an inappropriate moment. Where are you going? You kept sucking down that juice. So, it wasn't even juice, it was soda, and it's gone now. And what do you mean sucking it down? I had 2 sips. You're right, you had like 50 million sips. That's not even possible. Maybe for you, I go beyond the impossible all the time. Okay, whatever. Now I'm thirsty too. I'm gonna get my own juice. I'll be right back.
Why are you doing this? No, don't put yourself through that. 50 million sips.
He does come almost right back, so quickly that I suspect he knows about my secret vending machine. Oh no! I got you a 2. I hope you like grape juice. We're even for the pizza now. The fuck we are! Thanks.
Ew, grape juice? Ew. Gross, grape juice.
Oh, yes, Artie, that is so true. I want to tell him that I lent him nearly 10 times the cost of a can of grape juice. That might make me seem petty. Unopposed, Kenji sits down and starts furiously drinking juice like a man with a vendetta against grapes. You know, it's a lucky break for me that I managed to run into you here, man. I kind of need you to do me a favor. Of course you fucking do. Although it's cynical, I wonder if him getting me juice was so he could ask me for a favor. If so, it's very transparent and poorly timed. I doubt Kenji would think about something so deeply, though. Just asking for things straight out is more his style. Probably, senpai. I'll have to take a look. Pin it for me. I need you to recommend me some books.
What?
I thought you didn't read. How'd you know? You told me. You said you think people discriminate against you because you don't read. Well, they do! And I do read. I read audiobooks because that's the way of the future. I have to read a book a month for literary studies, though, and I find out that the school doesn't really accept such classics as advanced cryptography. If I don't read a bunch of books, they're gonna fail me. I can't fail literary studies. That would make me illiterate. That would mean my mom was right. My mom can't be right. I just have to study literacy as much as possible. What about doing some extra credit? No thanks. It's bad enough I'm gonna have to carry around these stupid things now. He picks up a dictionary, flips through it, and places it on the murder mystery rack behind him. Can't believe this is actually the medium that our ancestors used to look before. I spit my drink all over the book I'm still holding, damaging it beyond any hope of repair. I quickly check the back and see its suggested retail price is 7,900 yen. I think I might have a heart attack. Oh, God. Wow. Destroyed. Shouldn't have done that. Though they take vandalism super seriously here. You're gonna get canned.
Why?
He
Bro.
chortles, amused, before taking an extremely long, loud sip from his can of juice. It's not vandalism. I didn't do it on purpose. You made me do it with your words. And what do you mean? Oh, caned. What do you mean caned? I don't want to be caned. Wait, chill out! I didn't mean they actually cane you. They just make you pay for it and really, really yell at you. It's like they were going to bite my ass off. Still not that big of a deal. I don't care if it's figurative. I don't want to get caned or get my ass bitten off or any kind of punishment. You dumbass! What am I gonna do? I'm the only person in here that she knows of, anyway. I can't even throw the book in the trash. It'll be found, then she'll know. Damn, dude, stop being so weird. How is it weird to not want to be fined? Man, stop flipping out, man! I'm not flipping out. I'm trying to save money. So cheap? Don't forget to like, follow, subscribe, and ring those bells. That's all I have for today. Thanks for listening. Bye-bye, everyone.